Hey everybody, fall is here. I'm ready for some awesome fragrances. We're going to talk about my top 10 today. We've got beasts, bangers, ballers,
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
Jim, you cad. Well, let's get started. Hey there, DV Nation, Kevin here, and for our big fall episode, I am so excited to be talking to you today about fragrances. See, the way I look at a fragrance is it's sort of like that final accessory to your outfit. It brings it all together and helps project the right mood or vibe that you want to go with your look. Whether you're dressing up with a suit or dressing down with like a sweater or a turtleneck and some jeans, whatever you're looking for, a great fragrance can really tie it all together. So today we're going to look at my top 10 for the fall. Now, let me throw out a caveat right up front. I am in no way, shape, or form an expert on fragrances, but there are some great channels out here on YouTube you can check out. I've got links to them below. They are awesome and they will tell you all the little intricate details you want to know about a fragrance. What I'm going to talk about today are 10 fragrances I personally own, that I've personally used out in the field. They've been tested, they've been approved, and these are my top 10, the ones that work for me, that I personally own for my own collection. Now remember, when I talk about fragrances, I've got a 3-star rating that I use. Number 1, is it good for the office? In other words, can you wear this whether you're in a cubicle setting or in your own office? When you're going down the hall, you're not going to run people out of the building. Everybody's going to be like, hey, I like that fragrance. That's a really nice fragrance. You should keep wearing that fragrance. Number 2, is it good for a night out? Whether you're going out to the club, going out to the bar, going out for maybe an after hours date, or whatever that looks like to you, will this take care of you in the after hours? And of course, number 3, is it good for Netflix and chill? Oh yeah. And whatever you want that to imply, that's what we're going for. So, let's take a look at my number 10 fragrance, and number 10 is an absolutely gorgeous gem, L'Homme Ideal by Guerlain. This is a fantabulous fragrance. This is what some would call a gourmand fragrance, and what they mean by that is that's a terminology for a fragrance that maybe has certain notes that remind you of food or drink. Coffee is a very popular gourmand note. And in this particular scent, you're getting this beautiful amaretto note, that beautiful cherry almond. Now, this has a sweeter edge to it, but it is a very masculine scent, and I do consider this a 3-star fragrance. Absolutely excellent for the office. Not a lot of people in my area wear it. As a matter of fact, I'm the only guy I know who has it, so it's a pretty unique fragrance and it will make you stand out, which is why it's also good for number 2, an after hours type thing. This is great for a date. Definitely great in the bar setting. I mean, this isn't what I would consider a club fragrance, dude bros, but it is a really good fragrance that is definitely good for after hours. And let me tell you, this is a beautiful scent for Netflix and chill time. So 3 stars, check it out, Guerlain L'Homme Ideal. Coming in at my number 9 spot is the first you're gonna see on this list from John Varvatos, and that is John Varvatos Vintage. The thing about John Varvatos is this, and I'm going to throw on my sci-fi geek cap here for a second. The thing about John Varvatos is this: they create beautiful fragrances that are almost niche quality. They're very, very gorgeous fragrances. People will notice you when you walk in the room. The only issue is they don't last very long. So it kind of reminds me of that wonderful time when Eldon Tyrell talks to his creation, Roy Batty, and explains to him like this.
The light that burns twice as bright burns half as long. And you have burned so very, very brightly, Roy.
So, Vintage. This is a gorgeous fall fragrance because you get a little bit of tobacco, you get some spices, and it just all comes together in this very classy, very masculine, very spicy scent. The thing I love about this is that you can dress it up and you can totally dress it down. This is wonderful. When I wear this, I want to wear usually one of my blazers and like a button-up and a tie, kind of that college professor cool look. This is so perfect for that. And to me, again, another 3-star fragrance, wonderful for the office, wonderful for a night out. Now again, not a club fragrance, but really nice for a date, really nice at the bar, and also again for Netflix and chill. So number 9, John Varvatos Vintage. Coming in at number 8 is a wonderful throwback fragrance from Azzaro. It is Pour Homme Intense, and this is an absolute beast of a fragrance. You get a really nice mixture of cinnamon, brandy, and spices to give you this warm, powerful scent. Now when I say throwback, I don't mean that it smells old school, but it performs like those fragrances did in the late 70s and early 80s, where a little goes a long way, and this will last you for hours at a time. This is also, I consider it very much a 3-star fragrance, as it's good for all occasions. A real gem of a fragrance, very underrated. Check this one out, Azzaro Pour Homme Intense. Do you love vanilla? Do you love fancy cars? Do you love the color black? Then I have the fragrance for you at number 7, Mercedes-Benz Club Black. This is a vanilla bomb. Absolutely one of the most unique, awesome fragrances out there. This stuff's harder to find, as I believe it's no longer in production, but you can still find it. I've got a link below to where you can check it out. This is an amazing fragrance. It's amazing that a vanilla scent can be so masculine, and yet it very much is. This is a guy's scent, and you can dress this up and you can dress it down. Wonderful with a suit, especially a black suit. Also great with just like a sweater and some jeans. It's a perfect utility fragrance. You can use this anywhere. Total 3-star fragrance because, again, wonderful for the office, fantastic for a night out, and absolutely important for that all-important Netflix and chill time. Especially if the person you're with likes vanilla, you're gonna be their dessert. Mercedes-Benz Club Black. Coming in at my number 6 spot is just one of the most perfect fragrances I've ever encountered. Mustache Eau de Parfum. This is what's considered a fougere fragrance, and if you're new to the fragrance game, that's sort of a barbershop kind of vibe. This is a really clean, really masculine. It's got woodsy, sweet notes, but man, this stuff is absolutely fantastic. I even love the presentation, the bottle, that really thick glass. I mean, you could kill a man with this if you were to throw it at them hard enough or drop it from a building. So if that is something you're looking for in a fragrance, I can't recommend this enough. This will kill, both as a fragrance and as a weapon. This is a fantastic fragrance, though seriously, all jokes aside, you need to have this in your collection. A complete 3-star fragrance. Again, wonderful for the office, wonderful for a night out. Not so much, again, a club fragrance, but great for the after hours. And I do believe, especially with the sweetness and the woodsiness as this gets into its dry down, this is a really nice cuddle up on the couch kind of fragrance as well. Now keep in mind, this is the Eau de Parfum we're talking about. There is also an Eau de Toilette. And in most cases, they're going to be kind of similar, except in this case, they are completely the opposite. We are talking about the Eau de Parfum, which is a fall and winter fragrance. The Eau de Toilette is a completely different fragrance with completely different notes, and it's more of a spring and summer fragrance. It's an old school vibe, so don't get the Eau de Toilette if you're thinking you're getting this. This is the Eau de Parfum. I have a link down below. This is one every man should have in his collection. It is a fantastic 3-star fragrance. Love it, and I think, again, every guy should pick this one up. It is so easy to wear, and you can pair it with pretty much anything. Mustache Eau de Parfum. Now we're into our top 5, and this fragrance coming in at number 5 is one of the most amazing fragrances I've ever smelled, and yet it is the hardest fragrance to recommend. It's a very challenging fragrance to wear, but it rewards you if you're willing to take the dare, and that fragrance is Encre Noire by Lalique. This fragrance is everything. I adore this scent. It's dark, earthy, musky. There's a vetiver note, and that is where this is so hard to recommend, especially in a blind buy scenario. You can find this really cheap. I've got a tester bottle right here in my hand that I paid less than $30 for. But the trick is that vetiver note is very strong. And for some people, they say it reminds them of pencil shavings. And I kind of get it, but for me, this is a masculine, powerful scent. It performs on a complete beast mode level. You can smell this the next day practically if you put it on your clothes. The other thing I love about this is it's really just so unique. Not many people wear this, and it rewards those who are willing to take the challenge. I'm also going to mention its 2 flankers, Encre Noire Sport, which brightens it up a little bit with a grapefruit note. It really is a great sports fragrance, and it's a really nice take on this, but it still has that vetiver core. And then there's also Encre Noire à l'Extrême, which adds a little more warmth and spiciness to the mix, but again, the vetiver note is there. So this, to me, is a fragrance that you wear for yourself. You don't wear it to try to get phone numbers. You don't wear it to try to get to first, second, third base. You wear it because you feel good wearing it. You like the way it makes you feel when you wear it. That's what it's all about. It is a power scent, the very definition of it. So I recommend it, but I also don't recommend it if you don't like vetiver. The thing about these scents is there is no middle ground. You're either all in or you absolutely want nothing to do with it. So if vetiver is something you're interested in, I highly recommend this, link below. This is an easy fragrance to find. It's very easy to find for under $30, and that's why I think it's such an easy recommendation to check out. If you're wanting to expand your palette, expand your collection, you really do need to try this one out. If you don't like it, the good news is you're not out hundreds of dollars. It's roughly, for a tester bottle like I'm holding right now, about 25 bucks. But Encre Noir and Encre Noir Sport and Alex Trem, number 5 spot, and they are fantastic, amazing fragrances. Coming in at number 4 is one of the most gorgeous fragrances I've ever smelled. Are you a bad boy? Do you want to be a bad boy? Do you want to feel like a bad boy? You want to put on your black leather jacket? Be all tough and mean? Well, then this is what you need. John Varvatos Dark Rebel. You get leather, you get rum, you get tobacco, you get the bad boy of fragrances. This stuff is amazing. The only caveat, it's a John Varvatos fragrance, which means it only lasts for about 3 to 4 hours. But those 3 to 4 hours are spectacular hours. This is the epitome of a Netflix and chill scent. But I'm going to give this a 2 out of 3 stars because I feel like this is a little too aggressive for The Office. I feel like it puts too much of a D2F vibe out there in the world, and this would be a bit much for an office setting. But for after hours, the bar, the club, a date, Netflix and chill, oh my God, yes, you have to have this in your collection if that's what you're looking for. Guys who are looking for, and I hate this term, but if you're looking for that panty dropper of a fragrance, this is it. It's getting harder to find, but if you can find it, I would take a bath in this if I could. It's that good. Also, metal cap, really nice. Number 4 is John Varvatos Dark Rebel. Cannot recommend this one highly enough, except for The Office. Don't wear it there. Coming in at number 3 is another Azzaro fragrance to the list, and I love the 6 chambers of this bottle. This is a great weapon for a fall fragrance. This is Azzaro Wanted by Night. And I have to tell you guys, this could be your signature scent for the fall and winter. You get tobacco, you get leather, you get some spices, you get this really nice mixture of just these amazing notes that all come together for this warm, like very inviting, kind of spicy, very masculine vibe. This is a fragrance that you can totally dress up. It is wonderful to wear with a suit, but you can totally dress it down as well. And is to me an absolute 3-star fragrance because this is a very versatile fragrance. I've never met anybody who's not just in love with it. Now keep in mind, this is Azzaro Wanted by Night, not Azzaro Wanted, which is not that good of a fragrance, but this stuff, fantastic, and it lasts a very long time. And it's a little more expensive than some, but believe me, you get all the bang for your buck, pun fully intended, look at that bottle. And this is totally worth having in your collection. It's my number 3, and on any other given day, it could move up to my number 2 or possibly even my number 1 because it's just such a great fragrance. So Azzaro Wanted by Night, 3 stars across the board, fantastic fragrance, and one of those that I genuinely think every guy should have in his collection. This is really like the epitome of a fall fragrance. Coming in my number 2 spot is actually the most expensive fragrance on this list, and that's Mugler Pure Havane. This is truly one of the most beautiful scents I've ever smelled. Tobacco is a very popular note for a lot of the fall and winter fragrances, and this is, of course, by the name Pure Havane. You would get that this is about you know, that tobacco note, and it very much is. But you also get honey, you get cacao, you get this really sweet tobacco. Very reminiscent of like, you know, like a pipe tobacco. It's just got this beautiful sweetness to it, but there is that masculine side of it from the tobacco note. But this is one of the most unique fragrances, one of the most beautiful fragrances I've ever smelled. A complete 3-star fragrance. This is an across-the-board winner. It is, again, a little more expensive. You're not going to find it for under $100 most likely, but again, if you get what you pay for with Pure Havane. It is one of the most gorgeous fragrances I've ever smelled. It's just so easy to wear, and that tobacco note is just a complete winner. So if you're looking for that in your collection, if you want that tobacco note, this is, to me, I mean, a top tier level fragrance. Great performance, and just a tremendously unique and awesome fragrance. I don't know anybody else who's wearing this in my area, so I always feel great when I get to wear it because it's a very standout fragrance. It will make you stand out. This is, again, a 3-star fragrance. You need this in your collection for the fall and winter. Look no further than Pure Havane. And that brings us to my #1 fall fragrance, and it is an absolute banger. It is Bentley for Men Intense. If you follow any fragrance channels, everybody talks about this fragrance, and for good reason. You get some amazing notes in this. One of my favorites, of course, is rum. You get rum, you get leather, but not like a black leather coat. You're getting that Bentley interior leather, like the really classy, really refined leather. You also get some really nice spices in here to create what is one of the most powerful and potent fragrances out there. This is a power statement. This is a statement fragrance. This is a fragrance that you don't spray a lot of because it's very powerful. You spray it on your shirt collar, you will smell it 24 hours later. I promise you that. The great thing about this though, you can find it at discounters for under $45. You can sometimes even find it for under $40 if you watch the prices and get it out there. But if you want a fragrance that makes a statement, this is it. This is quite possibly the greatest fragrance I've ever smelled. And granted, now I've not smelled every fragrance under the sun, but as far as fall and winter fragrances go, it is my #1 for a good reason. It lasts long, it's so unique. The thing is, this is a power scent, so it tends to me to skew more towards dressing up a little more. I'm not saying you can't wear it with jeans, but this definitely has more of a dressy up kind of vibe. But man, if you're going to a conference or an event, a gala or whatever, spray this on. When you walk in the room, people are gonna notice. They're gonna absolutely notice. And this is a fragrance that turns heads. It's a compliment magnet, and it really is one of the best performing scents you can possibly buy. All of this for under 50 bucks. It is a great value, an unbelievable value. And this is a scent that I adore, and as you can see, I've used it a lot, believe it or not. You can't really tell that I have, because you don't have to use a whole lot to get your money's worth. So #1, Bentley Intense for Men. Guys, get this, no excuses. It's cheap, it'll last you like forever practically. And if you're looking for a signature scent for these cooler months, here you go. That's gonna bring this episode of Dadbod Style to a close, and I wanna thank you so much for taking the time with us today. So let us know below, are any of my top 10 on your list for fragrances? Better yet, what am I missing? I always love to hear about new fragrances to check out, and I'd love to hear from you what you're wearing as these cooler months sit in. Now, if you like what we're doing here, please like and subscribe, and if you even feel so inclined, please share. The more people we get following, the more voices we bring to the table, the more fun we can have. And remember, be civil in the comments below. If you're a guy, be a gentleman. If you're a gal, be a lady. Every chance you get. Let's build each other up, because that's what it's all about. Thank you so much for the time. Now, if you'd like to follow me, I am on Instagram at Kevin_DB_style. I try to keep a pretty good running tally of the outfits I'm putting together. So I would love to have you following me there. And if I can help you out in any way, shape, or form, let me know. And let us know in the comments below, what are some of the other things that you'd like for us to talk about? Are there any particular topics or subjects you'd like us to address? Please let us know what we can do. Now, please keep in mind, we will have our smaller episodes, our quick takes. We'll have a few more of those before the next episode. The bigger episode, like the one you just watched today, you can follow us for all the fun that's going to be coming up. We'll be talking about more fragrances, more skincare, maybe even some little gift ideas as the holidays are coming close. Remember, guys, it's all about building each other up. It's all about being there for each other. We've all got so much drama in our lives. Let's keep it off of here and let's build each other up. That's what we are going to do with this channel. Now remember, guys, the most important thing in your wardrobe, more than any cool fragrance, is confidence. Because confidence is always sexy, and confidence never goes out of style. Stay safe and stay awesome, babies. We'll see you next time on Dadbod Style.